guys, welcome to my Flosstube. It is Wednesday, November the 10th, so I've been 8 days since my last one. I'm Emily, Crafty Emily here on Flosstube, and you're very welcome to my channel. I've had a few more new subscribers, which is always lovely, and yeah, I'm going to show you my cross stitch. So I've had a week where I was not working, but when did I see you? Last Tuesday. So on Wednesday I went down to see Maddie. Now there's lots of clips at the end, they're loud trains, so if you don't want to hear any of that when I say goodbye, switch it off there. But there'll be a few little stills and a few little video clips which I may or probably will talk over a couple of them, just to show people who don't live in the UK some of our trains. Actually, there's the little Tootle train that I got to Newcastle, the big train that took me from Newcastle down to Peterborough, and then a big old diesel freight train that was at the station in Peterborough as well, and then a few little stills of me getting steadily tireder as the day went on. So yeah, it is full dark outside, so we're back in gloomy. Anyone who's watched my Flossmasses last year will remember the gloomy pictures, but so I'm doing my best. I've got all the lights I can on. We'll see how we manage this. I have a child badly playing a keyboard in the room next door to me. Hold tight. Well, hopefully we have fixed the child playing the keyboard badly. I also have, just here, I'll scoop him up, a Trash Panda Billy, who is, as you can see, sleepy. He has a third of my plate of spaghetti bolognese in him. They are trash pandas and help themselves to absolutely anything they can. So, cross stitch. Now I left with great hopes and tons of projects to do on the train. And all I can say about stitching on the train was that M was for motion sickness. Oh dear. Oh, it was hard work. So I did do a tiny bit of this. I very nearly finished the M, but anything with the paper pattern was, oh heavy. I had to stop. So I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. I still managed 1700 stitches for the day, which I think was not bad at all. So I think I'm just going to show you where I am with things. First thing I'll show you is my snow wizard, and there may or may not be a picture of where I was. If there is, I'll pop it in. And this is where it is right now. And we are getting into, this is the face of the last dragon before we get to a castle, which I'm hoping is going to be about there. So this is still one of my most favourite pieces, and I am just gunning on with this because I love it so much. It's on 14 count Ada, 2 strands, and I am at, let me see where I am with my percentages, because it's coming along. It really is coming along. Where is it? I am at 46%. And I know it's only a little hay, but it's big, but only because it's on 14 count and it's rolled. The bit that's completely finished is rolled here, and there's the rest of my, but I am halfway. I think this line here is the halfway line. So I've only got this much to fill, and then I'm on the back 50%. So it's downhill all the way from there, isn't it? So I'm still absolutely loving that. The only bit of haul this week was a couple handful of DMC for those, just duplicates. I ran out of 792, I ran out of 796, and I ran out of 797. Now the 796 is also in my Emma Congdon Never Underestimate. Now I don't need to put up a picture of what this is going to look like when it's finished, because it's pretty much going to look like this when it's finished, except the flower that's there, there's going to be a flower there, and the birdie that's here is going to be the birdie that's there. and that will be it done. So I'm hopefully by next week this will be a finish, and I hopefully will have started my Noel pattern, which is going along the bottom piece here. So I'm very, very close to getting this done. If I've got a picture of where it was last time here, I can just illustrate how much of it I've got done. But I've done really well with it, and I managed to get quite a lot of this done because it was quite big stitching. So I'm really pleased with that. So this week's big news was my landscape by 2x2 cross stitch art. I explained it all last week, which was I was doing really well with, and it was here at last Flosstube. I have a finish. Look, it's done, completed, finito. Those are not my dogs that are barking, those are next doors, they're through this wall. Nothing I can do about them, I'm sorry. So I finished it. I just didn't want to stop until it was done, so it's finished. So now I need to think about a frame for it. I think possibly it's going to go in a hoop, but we'll see. So the only difference to the pattern that I did was anywhere there was a star, I used the diamant, it was around here, the DMC diamant that comes on a spool. It's hateful stuff and I hate it, but I still used it. And I did is it a Smyrno cross? Anyway, you can just about see there, hopefully. And I did a big one in the middle there. And anywhere there was a four-man star, I did one of those crosses in the diamond. So that's the only difference I did to the pattern. Other than that, it is quite small, admittedly, full coverage. Finish! So I'm thrilled to bits with that. And this is on 16 count easy grid, 2 strands. And there is a huge coffee stain on it under the stitching, so I probably will wash it, but I have a finish and I'm really pleased. So there's that. Other than that, I've only got 2 things to show you. My Modern Folk embroidery, where I'm actually in March, is now here. I'm quite close to a finish. I just need to do this top corner here and a few little bits on this, and there's a little motif here, and then March will be done and I can move on to April. So here's the top 3 sections there, and then April of course picks up down here. And I think by the end of the year, if I can get it nearly half done, I'll be thrilled. But I'll probably I'm expecting to get into May by the end of the year. If I get absolutely hooked on it, I might get into June, which will be half. So we'll see. And then I look forward to seeing what next year's is, and if I like the look of next year's, because I assume this is an annual Sal thing that he does, I am going to buy it in January. I'm not going to procrastinate about it until September. I'm just going to buy it in January and get going if it looks like I like the pattern, because I like that pattern. I really like the pattern, and I just dragged my heels so long that there was just no hope of catching up at all. I mean, it was ridiculous starting it in month 9. So anyway, yeah. And then the only other thing I think I worked on was Forbidden Fruit, which is the new long dog. And I think for the first time since I was 14, I have started to stitch an alphabet, because I don't usually go for samplers with alphabets. They're not my thing. They're just not my thing. And here we are. So I've got the Pelican Dragon done, and now we've got A, B, C, D, E, half of F, and the top half all the way up to W. And what I'm doing is I'm doing the variegated DMC in the middle of the letters, so the bottom half of these and the top half of those, and then the top, and it will be the bottom, is the Weeks Die Works. So it kind of will be variegated through the centre of the alphabet. So it's going to be, I think, about that size on the 40 count. and this is on a piece of 40 count to be Stitch Me Marine. Beautiful, beautiful to stitch on, but hard on a train. When it's bumpy and clanky, it's hard to stitch on this fine linen on a train. Weirdly, this, which is exactly the same fabric, was okay. I think it's because it was a much more, I was doing the lines and going up the sides. It was a much easier pattern to follow. But I was stitching this while I was sitting on the train waiting to leave Cambridge. The train started in Cambridge that took me to Stevenage, and then I connected to the main train to Newcastle. So I connected in Stevenage on the way home, and I sat on the train for nearly half an hour before it left the station. So that was fine. So I did quite a bit of that then, but then as soon as we were bumping and clanking and I needed to change projects. So I actually did quite a lot of stitching on the train, and then this week I've mostly been working on my Snow Wizard. I'm feeling the need to churn my projects a bit, just shake it up a little, find some things I haven't worked on for a while maybe. I'm not sure what yet, but I really feel like I need to churn my projects around a bit. I'm thinking now, as we're rolling into the middle of November, I'm thinking it's probably time to start thinking about Flossmas. And can I have your input? Would Flossmas be a go for this year again or not? We're going to do a little giveaway so that I get some comments. And if you mention the word Flossmas, I'll find a little giveaway for next week. It'll be a little bit of something homemade, you know, the kind of things I make. And so anyway, so if you mention the word Flossmas, but I'd like to know if Flossmas is a yes please would like it, or oh I can't really be bothered with it this year, because rather than think about it 3 days before Flossmas, if I'm going to do it, I want to start thinking about it now. And I'll probably, if I do it, I'll do what I did last year and do a smattering of little giveaways right through it, because I don't do a big, here look, I bought myself a fancy schmancy advent, I'm going to open it in front of you and make you all feel bad because you either haven't got one, weren't given one, or I don't do that. I like to give away my things, so that's what I'll be doing. So please mention the word Flossmas and give me a yes please or a can't really be bothered with it, to be honest. It's just 31 videos I can't be doing with. I'm more than happy to sit here in my gloomy evening light, just get myself set up and just bang you out a quickie video. My videos are much shorter now than they used to be, aren't they? This one is definitely going to be short because it's late in the evening. I want to be stitching, and yeah, I just thought I'd touch base and say hello, because if I didn't do it today, it's going to be a few days. Busy couple of days coming up. My father's birthday is Friday, so Friday night I'm going to be at their house. Saturday is their golden wedding anniversary, so we're going out to lunch. So I'm not working on Saturday, but we'll be out most of the day. And then on Sunday I'm working full day, and then I'm into next week. So it would have been 2 weeks. So I thought, right, I'm just going to pop on, do a quick video. A little bit of video is better than not a little bit of video, showing you my stitching. And I'm just thinking, what do I fancy stitching? Long Dogs for sure, Snow Wizard for definite. I'm so determined to get to something that isn't blue. Actually, blink and you'll miss it, but these stitches here, I have, not only do I have 333, I also have 317. There is a grey. It was my second non-blue in here, and I did it last night and I was like, yes, 317. I have 317 because I had 317 in the box, because 317's in here, and I had that with me. When I went down south to see my big girl. Now my big girl's fine. It is a lot of work for her, and she's basically Today she's almost 5 weeks into her 8-week term, so I'll get her home in 3 weeks' time, and I imagine she'll do a lot of sleeping. And the poor little thing, yeah, it's a lot of hard work for her, but it's going to be more than worth it. And she's nearly a third of the way through the first year, so that's just gone by in a flash, hasn't it? Yeah, so I've got a week coming up, as usual. We've got a big party on in the marquee, not this Saturday but next Saturday, so there's going to be a lot of hours and a lot of prep work to do for that, and then the day itself is going to be very long, so my stitching might not be quite so heavy next week, but we'll talk about that when we get to it, won't we? And I'll be a Flosstube between now and then, I think, anyway, so hopefully I'll get some bits done. Yeah, honestly, this is going to be, oh god, this is only going to be 16 minutes by the looks of things. I've already shown you all my stitching, I've shown you my cat, not what else to show you actually. So, yeah, let me know if Flossmas is a go or not. I'd like to know, because I'd like to prep, and yeah. I don't know what else I have to show you. Oh, I did some Christmas. I've done some Christmas shopping. Has anybody else done Christmas shopping yet? So I've bought my boy his Lego and several very engineering, right up his street puzzle toys. The sort of puzzle things that are suitable for clever children right up to adults, so he'll love those. And I went to TK Maxx. Yes, now it's TK Maxx in the UK. I think it's called TJ Maxx in America. It's the big shop, and it's a potluck shop. It just depends what they've got in as to what's available, and it's basically buy it now or it'll be gone. So I went in to get my dad's presents. Hang on. My dad told me that TK Maxx was a terrible shop. You should never go in it. It's awful and there's never anything in there. So about 2 years ago I set myself the challenge of only buying his Christmas presents from TK Maxx. So if I've got to get my dad stuff and I've not got a very clear please purchase me this, I go to TK Maxx and I buy him stuff only from TK Maxx, because it's a horrible shop and you never find anything in there. And of course I find him wonderful things that he thinks are amazing, and he's like, I don't know how you found this, and I'm like, no, I don't know either, I just stumbled across it. So I was in TK Maxx buying my dad birthday presents, and I saw half a trolley load of things I could get for my girls. So I thought, if you blink it's gone in there. They don't get more stock in, it's just they get different stock in all the time. So I went back in yesterday and basically filled one of those wheelie baskets. There's a little sleepy Billy. Look how tame he is when he's too tired to move. He's very tame when he's too tired to move. So one of those wheelie baskets I basically filled to the brim, and I've got lots of little bits and pieces for mostly my girls. It's the start of presents for 2 of the ladies I work with. He looks really put out now. He's doing the whole scrunchy cat stretch. He's a little puppet. Trash pandas though. A couple of the ladies I work with, a little start to their presents, and yeah. So I did it. I went there. Went to Hobbycraft, got some Christmassy bits, went to the range, got some Christmassy bits, stuff for work, to do a couple of wreaths for work, and that's my dog barking. Robin must be coming down from the shed. He's up in the shed tidying up. And bits and bobs. So yesterday, even though it was my one and only day off, I was probably out most of the day. I bought every bit of gold cake decorating items that I can. I will show you next week my cake that I'm coming up with, and I'm going to try and make macarons, because my dad's birthday's the day before their anniversary. They did it deliberately. My dad's is the 12th, they got married on the 13th, and my mum's the 15th. So it's very expensive 4 days, and yeah, they did it absolutely deliberately. So yeah, instead of making him birthday cake, because we always go and do birthday tea at theirs, well, we couldn't last year, but we did the year before, and yeah, we did the year before. It was just last year was rubbish. Last year we drove up to their house and handed them pizza to put in the oven themselves, and they had their own little pizza party by themselves, which was strange. But yeah, so they yeah, so instead of making cake for his birthday, and then I don't normally make them an anniversary cake, you see, but it's the 50th, so I'm making a 50th cake this year, and so I'm going to probably make the cake tomorrow being Thursday, and then I'll decorate it tomorrow night being Friday, but the following night being Friday, and tomorrow night I will make my dad macarons. Hopefully my macarons will be a success, because I've never made them before, and oh, my hair's been up in a knot all day long. Have a handful of hairpins and a bobble. There we go. So I'm going to have a go. I've got navy blue food colouring to put buttercream on the anniversary cake, because I thought the navy blue would set off the gold very well. I've got wrapped Ferrero Rochers and gold balls and gold dusting powder and brand new paintbrushes, and I think all the other decorations I'm going to make like a roasted white chocolate ganache, which will be about the right colour, and I'm going to half of it I'll pipe, and half of it I'm going to like do a dribble around the top of the navy blue cake, and then float just a little bit on the top, so the top's kind of gold, and it'll have like the dribble, and then I'll put the gold balls and everything on that, and then probably pipe happy anniversary on it in the navy blue, and then around the bottom of the cake I'll just bleb it with the ganache, which I'll whip so that I can pipe it, and then I'll dust that with the gold dust. So hopefully it'll all work out really nicely and should be a nice cake. And I'm going to make a lemon, like a lemon Madeira cake for the inside of the cake, which should be really nice. And his macarons, I've got like a burgundy and a foresty green colour, so I'm going to just make straight macarons without any extra flavour in them, just a little bit of almond flavour in them, just to enhance the almond. And I'll just make a whippy chocolate ganache for the middle, to pipe in the middle, and then I'm going to roll the edges in sprinkles. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will provide pictures if they work. I'll provide you a picture if they don't, so we can either go, ooh, they went well, or oh dear, they're terrible together, for next week. And yeah, so I've got a bit of baking to do, so again that'll eat into my stitching time, but never mind, these things need to be done. And then yeah, and then we'll already be trucking on with next week. So I'm going to do some stitching now. I know this is a very short one, but I haven't got a great deal to show you. I think the lighting's probably bad, and yeah, I'll catch you next week, guys. So mention Flossmas and give me a yay or a nay, and honestly I don't mind if it's a nay. I don't mind. You know, I'm 50-50 on doing it, because I really enjoyed it last year, but it is a lot to do, and I was busier last year than I am this year, and I hadn't done my Christmas shopping or anything. It was, you know, we're much more sorted out this year, and I think our Christmas decorations are going to be this big this year, on account that I have 2 trash panda kittens who are so badly behaved. I mean, Bella just goes up legs and curtains like this, and up she goes. What's she going to do to Steve? If you haven't met Steve, Steve is my Christmas tree. But yeah, I imagine she's going to rip Steve to pieces. This might be the end of Steve. Anyway, so lot of blabble at the end, but I will say thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next week, guys. And if you want to keep watching, there's going to be some clips of my trip to Cambridge, just a few bits of train, a couple of pictures of me, just... Oh well, we got to the end of the time out there, didn't we? And just a couple of pictures of, like, Corpus College at night, which are not brilliant pictures, but all there, because the lights on the inside were on, all the stained glass windows were illuminated. We went out and we got pizza. Went back to her room with pizza. She just wanted a bit of time, you know, a bit of quiet time. I think it did us both good. I think she needed to be seen and I needed to see her. My eating has settled out quite well this week. When I'm stressed or not sure about something, I just don't eat. I'm like, I don't stress eat. I just lose interest completely and just don't eat. Hence why I'm an awful lot thinner at the moment than I normally am. But, you know, it happens, and I'm eating again now, which is nice. So I've obviously seeing Maddie's done me the world of good. And that's all I can think it can be. Righto guys, I'm going to sign off now, and here come the videos. And yeah, I'll see you next week with hopefully something in this, I want to get this space. Let's see if I can get, I'm not going to go any further down than where I've got. Can you see this is as far as I'm marked with my pen. So let's see if in the next week I can fill in this piece here down to that line. There's my challenge for the week. Let's see if I can do that. And hopefully we'll have something exciting turn up. So I'll see you next week, guys. And yeehaw, a finish. Better grab them quick with me because there aren't many. There aren't many finishes. I'll see you soon, guys. For the 100th time, goodbye. Have good weeks.